The 2-month stretch from February to April is one of the busiest times in sports, especially in 2026. The Winter Olympics just wrapped up, Selection Sunday is just 2 weeks away, the NFL's free agency and draft are looming just on the horizon. However, in between all of that is one of my personal favorite sporting events to sit down and watch, the World Baseball Classic. 20 teams competing all over the globe to decide who is the best baseball nation. From Shohei Ohtani defending the championship crown all the way across the world in Japan to Aaron Judge right here on U.S. soil. We're going to cover it all right here on the World Baseball Classic edition of The Toss-Up. Call it chaos. Well, I just say welcome to March and welcome to the Toss-Up. Today, I'm joined by 3 expert panelists. We're going to talk a little World Baseball Classic today. Henry Thuss, Kelsey Middleton, Connor Choi. Guys, I mean, look, I said it in the opener there, and I'll say this. Look, hockey is great. They can have their moment. The Olympics, it's great, but give me the World Baseball Classic.
The World Baseball Classic is one of the greatest events on the planet, and it's only started so recently and only kicking off its popularity in 2023, but this year's going to be so big for it. I'm really excited.
Yeah, I think it's really helping grow the sport as well. Like, you're seeing a lot of big names, a lot of kids that, you know, start watching baseball at a young age. They're just picking it up and running with it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Chip in your fine words.
Yeah, I just think it's great seeing all these players play for their country and have some patriotism, and it just brings together a really great tournament.
No, it's absolutely awesome. And Henry, I want to start with you because there's one country that I'm really excited to watch this year, and that's Venezuela. They're in a group with the Dominican Republic. I mean, that's one of the favorites to win at this point in time. Who's a player maybe for Venezuela that you think is going to need to step up in order for them to get out of that tough pool?
Yeah, Venezuela's a really unique team. Last World Baseball Classic in 2023, I liked Venezuela as a sleeper, and I think it's become more popular now, and I think they're just a really good team. For them to be successful, I fully believe that their hitting will show up. They have Ronald Acuna Jr., Miguel Garcia, Luis Arraez hit 2 home runs in a game by a miracle last World Baseball Classic, so their offense will show up. But it's the pitching that's going to really need to do it when they get to those knockout rounds. They'll get through the group. Their only challenge is really the Dominican Republic. The others are Israel, Nicaragua, and the Netherlands. They can beat those teams. I'm not super worried about that. But once they get through the knockout round, you need a guy like Ranger Suarez, who just signed with the Red Sox, who is a postseason big game pitcher. You need him to go out there and have one of his best games to be able to keep going.
It really feels like pitching. I mean, you can go back and you can look at the championship game between Japan and the United States. It feels like pitching is always where it comes down to matter. Speaking of the United States, Kelsey, I want to turn to you because there are some new faces on the roster this year for the United States World Baseball Classic roster. Who's one of these newcomers, a first year making his debut in the World Baseball Classic for the United States? Who are you most excited to watch?
I'm going to say the Red Sox very own Roman Anthony. I mean, he put up a Rookie of the Year campaign in such a short sample size. He started in June and then got hurt in September, October. He batted .292, .396, and his plate discipline is so good. I like to compare him to the likes of Juan Soto, just in that he has a great walk rate, and he doesn't chase the ball that much, which is not something we see from a lot of young hitters right now.
And that's something that I love is he's one of these young guys. And you talked about growing the game, and you talked about, you know, more people putting eyes on the product. Guys like Roman Anthony, those younger guys, that's what's going to grow the game. And so getting a guy like that on the roster, I think, is not only fun and exciting, but really beneficial for the entire sport.
Well, and I should add, I think it's important when Team USA brings young guys like this. If you remember in the previous Classic, they brought Bobby Witt on the roster as really used as a pinch hit defensive replacement. The same idea with Roman Anthony, though I think he'll play more than people think. Bringing the young guys to acclimate them to a tournament style like this.
I totally agree. Yeah. I totally agree. Connor, I want to turn to you here. Puerto Rico is a team that kind of, it always feels like they're the bridesmaid, never the bride. You know, they're always one of these dominant teams that everyone's really excited to watch, and they can't get over the hump. What do they need to do this year in order to get out of that stage, which is very favorable, but I think it's very wide open? What do they need to do to get out of that pool and make a push to win a World Baseball Classic championship?
I think it all comes down to the pitching, really. This isn't a lineup that necessarily has the wow factor to it like teams like Japan, the Dominican Republic, or the United States have. So they're going to have to play a little bit more small ball, and it comes down to how can they manage the game, how can they manage their pitcher's workload. I think it's a huge plus having Yadier Molina as your manager. No one knows how to call a game like he does. And they've got some good pitchers on the team. Like Seth Lugo, I'm excited to see what he can do, and you have one of the best closers in the entire game in Edwin Diaz on that staff. So it'll be really interesting to see how Yadier Molina wants to manage his guys and if the lineup can hang with a pitching staff that is already being asked to do so much.
I agree. And again, I think Puerto Rico is like one of the cool countries. Like when it comes to baseball.
They have an aura to them.
Those are one of the countries that like everyone wants to see. Like deep down, you're like, those guys, I want those guys to do well.
Yeah.
I'll stick with you because that Pool A with Puerto Rico in it, it is completely wide open. I feel like anyone from any of those 5 teams, it wouldn't surprise me if they make it out. What's your read on that pool as a whole?
I think in the tournament, it's one of the weaker pools, but it's also, like you said, one of the most wide open. While I do think Puerto Rico is a really good shot and they are the favorites to win that pool, and they're my pick to advance to the next stage, I think these teams are all similar in the sense that they have a good, not great pitching staff, and they don't really have a lineup that like just says, wow, they're going to dominate. They have some good MLB players here and there, and they're scattered, evenly dispersed throughout the teams, but it comes down to who can manage their team better and which players are going to show up at the plate and on the mound for any of these teams. But it's my pick for Puerto Rico to move on.
I think I would have to agree. I think that's the safe pick, but if there's going to be any upset, I think it's going to come from that pool. It also sucks with Puerto Rico, the things that are kind of out of their control with the players that they couldn't have on their roster. I think there's some really exciting players that aren't going to be playing for them, but that's neither here nor there. Kelsey, we'll turn to you. Japan won the most recent World Baseball Classic in 2023. I would argue that this team maybe not as good as that 2023 team. Maybe it is. Maybe it's right on par. What do they need to do in order for them to go back-to-back?
Like you said, they could basically just be on par. I don't think they really need to do much. Their bullpen is nice, and we were talking about this off camera beforehand. I personally think that pitching wins games, but it's also just a different format. You lose one game and you're done, as opposed to like a postseason where it's like best of 3, best of 5, best of 7 series. So, they have a roster full of stars from both the MLB and the NPB, which gives them a lot of depth in every position. So like if one guy gets hurt, they can just, call another guy up and So I don't really think much is stopping them. But obviously tournament format could go either way.
Of course, there's only one team that's gone back-to-back, and it is Japan. I'll ask you this then, Henry, if we're going to talk about Japan going back-to-back.
Yeah.
We've only seen 3 champions.
Yep.
Will we see a new champion this year?
I'm pretty confident that we will not. I think the prospect of either the United States, Japan, or the Dominican Republic winning it are pretty likely. The only team I could really see a push for it, like I was talking about earlier, is Venezuela, but I don't think their pitching depth is there. Out of the 3 of them, if I had to pick the one I really like the United States. I think their bullpen, which was their strength last tournament, got even better. I think their starting rotation is even better, despite Skubal only going to be making 1 short start, which sucks. But you still have Paul Skeens, and I don't think there's anyone else we'd rather have represent our country than Paul Skeens. And then for the Dominican Republic, they're coming back with relatively the same lineup. It went hot and cold last year, so I'm not super confident in that, but the rotation is much better. You have Christopher Sanchez, you have Sandy Alcantara headlining it, and those are 2 Cy Young caliber pitchers. So I'm pretty confident one of those 3 will win it. If I had to pick one, I think it's the United States.
You think the United States is going to win? Who do you think is going to win?
I think Japan's going to go back-to-back.
I've got the Dominican Republic.
I love it. 3 picks from all over the place. When we come back, we're going to have some fun with the crew. I'll be testing their World Baseball Classic knowledge with some trivia, so don't go anywhere, because it's all right here on the Toss-Up. Welcome back to the Toss-Up. Now, the 4 of us could sit up here and tell you just how cool and fun the World Baseball Classic really is. But I heard that this is Noah Badoris' Super Bowl. So I'll let him tell you all about it. Noah?
Thanks, Jet. Despite the World Baseball Classic's rather short history, many stats, scores, and stories can slip the mind of even the most passionate fan. I'm Noah Badoris, and here's 3 quick facts about WBCs of the past. the 2009 final still stands as the only final to not feature a team from the Americas. With Venezuela and the United States both being bounced in the semifinal, Japan and Korea duked it out for the title of champion, with Japan coming out on top 5-3. Following an 0-4 performance in the 2023 Classic, Team Nicaragua joined South Africa, Spain, and Brazil as the only nations to participate in the WBC but not win a game. Only one non-pitcher has ever been awarded a WBC MVP. Dominican second baseman Robinson Cano became the lone position player to receive the award when his team won the final in 2013. Well, more history is to come in the 2026 World Baseball Classic, and I personally can't wait to see what the story holds this time. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much for that, Noah. That was absolutely, I mean, this sport.
That's a clinic.
This sport is just amazing. I want to open it up. Let's do some trivia here. Because I want to see, this board seems very knowledgeable. They seem very knowledgeable there in the A block. So I want to see here in the B block just how good we really are. So how we're going to do this is I'm going to start and ask Henry a question. We've got 6 questions. I'm going to start and ask Henry a question. If he gets it wrong, it'll go to you. She gets it wrong, it'll go to you, so on and so forth. So you're going to have the chance. Let's get right into this here, Henry.
Yeah.
We're going to start with you. This player, who was the tournament MVP in 2017 after starting for the USA in the championship game, did not play for the USA in 2023.
Yeah, he didn't. I think he took like a perfect game or a no-hitter into the 8th in the championship game, Mr. Marcus Stroman.
That is Marcus Stroman. That's correct. So Henry's going to do well in this.
Oh, no.
Henry's going to do all right. Kelsey, which stadium has hosted the most World Baseball Classic championship games?
Let me think here. Guys, I don't know. We're throwing out a guess. I'm going to say Dodger Stadium.
That's correct.
Hey!
There we go. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
So we're 2 for 2 here, Connor. Don't screw this up. Which state is home to the most United States player on the roster this year? Oof. By a lot. They've got 8.
I think I know.
Is it Nevada?
It is not Nevada, Henry.
Is it Texas?
It is not Texas.
Is it Cali?
It's California.
I was going to say
Well,
that.
hold on a minute here. Hold on just a minute here.
Oh, man.
Okay, so then Connor, we're gonna stick here, okay? We're gonna come back around this way.
Okay.
Connor, which former Tiger has the record for the most World Baseball Classic appearances as a player? He'd been in all of them, but he will not be in this upcoming one.
Is it Miguel Cabrera?
Miguel Cabrera.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Ah, there we go.
Okay, so we've got 1 point here, 2 points there, 1 point here. I really hope we don't go to a tie because I did not prepare a 7th question.
Overtime.
All right, Kelsey. Oh, no. Only one team has won the World Baseball Classic without being a host site. Who was it? They did not host at all in any of the pool games.
I don't think it's Japan.
I can't tell you.
I know, I'm trying to read you.
Okay.
Okay, there's been 3. Japan has won twice. No? I'm just going to say Japan.
It is not Japan, Henry.
It's the Dominican
It's
Republic.
the Dominican
Oh.
Republic. Ties
All
it
right,
up. And
you're right.
Henry, right here
Yeah.
for the win.
Oh, boy. Can't mess this up.
Which Venezuelan player
Okay.
set the record for most home runs in a single season by a Venezuelan-born player in 2019
Oh, in 2019 in MLB?
in the MLB?
Oh, man.
The most home runs hit by a Venezuelan-born player in a single season.
Disaster. Oh, Salvador Perez. He hit like 44.
It is
right?
not Salvador
It's not?
Perez.
Oh, it's the catcher record.
It was in 2019, 49 home runs, Connor. This would be bad because you would tie the game and we would have a 3-way tie.
Oh, man.
Yay, we all win.
2019, would that?
He is on the Venezuelan roster right now.
I mean, I don't know.
I have no clue.
Throw out a name.
You've got one name in there. All right, shot clock here.
Shot clock.
Suarez, 2019.
There
we go.
Suarez.
Reds
All right,
luncheon.
well, I had to throw a Reds question.
There you
in
go.
there. Okay, well,
okay.
all right,
Vote.
everyone wins.
Everyone wins. We all win.
I didn't want that to be
Yay!
that bad. I should have prepared a 7th question. But, I mean, good heavens. All
Good
right.
TV. It's good TV.
Yeah.
Everyone wins.
That's unbelievable. That's going to do it for this week's show, but there is still so much to talk about. So be sure to continue the discussion. Follow us on Instagram and X at IUSTV Sports. For everyone in front of the camera and behind it tonight, there's only one thing left to do. Toss it up, find out if we catch it, and we'll see you next week.